Before getting started, a quick warning that this video will contain spoilers up to the end of episode 3. We start with a public ceremony for the deceased Guardians of the Globe. Omni-Man gives a heartfelt speech, but it rings in pretty hollow given what we know. He assures the world that he and others like him will continue to keep the world safe. Later, a private ceremony is held for the burial of the Guardians. Omni-Man gives another impassioned speech for the team, and it isn't certain whether he actually cared for the heroes or if he's just a very good actor. Damien Darkblood arrives to discover clues and catch the killer. Omni-Man clearly doesn't like Damien, and Damien isn't shy about letting his suspicions of Omni-Man's tale show either. Cecil proposes that Robot assemble and lead a new Guardians of the Globe team under the GDA, to which Robot tentatively agrees. At home, Omni-Man offers to get pizza and seems to completely brush aside the somber mood left by the funeral, much to the discomfort of both Mark and Debbie. Meanwhile, we see that Donald Ferguson and a team from the GDA has established their surveillance operation in a nearby home. Mark calls Amber, and after some awkward conversation, they schedule a study date. Eve heads to Teen Team HQ to find Rex cheating on her with Dupli-Kate, creating a rift between her and the two other team members. At the Pentagon, Invincible walks with Robot as they survey the crowd of supers that have showed up to try out for a spot on the new Guardians of the Globe team. Despite his potential, Invincible won't be trying out for the team. This is largely because his dad doesn't think it's a good idea. However, Invincible still wants to watch the trials. Eve puts on a strong showing along with Shrinkray and Black Samson. Off-screen, it appears that Dupli-Kate, Monster Girl, and Rex-Splode all gave good performances as well, as they, along with the former trio of contestants, are selected to be the 6 new Guardians of the Globe. Rex makes fun of Monster Girl because she appears to be nothing more than a 14-year-old girl. She proves the foolishness of that assumption, shifting into her monster form and knocking the teeth from Rex-Splode's face before Invincible finally intervenes. Eve refuses to be on the same team with Rex and Dupli-Kate and storms off without another word. Eve confides in Mark about Rex's unfaithfulness, and Mark offers some words of support. The new Guardians of the Globe are going over training routines. There are some obvious differences in opinion to work through, with Black Samson and Rex getting into an argument. We learn that Monster Girl has a supposed caveat to her power. Every time she transforms, she gets younger and should be 24 instead of 14. Robot is uncertain how to proceed with his team, and Omni-Man comments on the pathetic state of the new Guardians only moments after their formation. William helps Mark prepare for his date with Amber. The two seem to hit it off pretty well before being interrupted. When Amber leaves the room, Cecil teleports in and informs Mark of a supervillain threat, Doc Seismic. He and Eve are being called to the scene of the attack, Mount Rushmore. Mark makes a lame excuse to Amber before rushing off to save the day. While en route, Invincible and Eve are informed that Doc Seismic has a PhD in seismology and crafted a pair of gloves that produce devastating seismic blasts. Doc Seismic is found monologuing as he unleashes a series of earthquakes. Invincible arrives on the scene just in time to save a group of tourists from Lincoln's crushing head. Invincible and Eve prove to be a capable team. Dividing tasks, Eve focuses on apprehending the Doc as Invincible sets his sights on a civilian family caught in peril. Doc Seismic's gloves malfunction, sending him reeling into a cavern full of hot magma. Invincible tries to save the Doc and Eve, but the Doc has a death wish, sending himself out with a bang. Synchronizing their abilities, both Eve and Invincible escape the eruption unscathed. Before they can celebrate, Mark remembers that he ditched Amber for this emergency and rushes back home, leaving behind a downcast Eve. In such a hurry to get back, Mark nearly forgets to take off his supersuit, words of wisdom from his father serving as a reminder. Amber is pretty ticked off at being ditched for over an hour. As she readies to leave, Mark cuts to the heart of the matter, asking why she came over to begin with. Amber explains that she's had plenty of guys throw punches for her, but Mark was the first to take one for her, and she wanted to know the kind of guy that would do that. This revelation remarkably puts Amber in a much better mood. Donald Ferguson informs Cecil about Omni-Man's recent fight with an enormous monster on par with Godzilla's toughest adversaries. It was a close call between the two opponents. The towering kaiju is apparently still alive, and Cecil tells Donald to put it on ice as it may prove useful in the future. Eve is at Teen Team HQ taking down the photos of her and Rex. She finds Rex outside the base, putting on a dazzling display of fireworks for her. He admits that he screwed up and asks for a do-over. Showing a fair amount of wisdom, Eve officially ends her relationship with Rex, wishes him and the new Guardians good luck, and flies off into the night. She makes her way to Mark's house and, through his bedroom window, sees him sharing a tender moment with Amber. It's pretty clear she has some romantic feelings for Mark and is upset to see him direct his affections elsewhere, but she puts aside her resentment, giving him an unheard congratulations before leaving. It's chow time at a GDA prison facility where the Mauler Twins are being held. An unknown benefactor gives the twins an opportunity to escape, one that they take. They argue about which is the clone before making their way out of the compound, barreling through their opposition. A clear escape seems all but guaranteed, however a hidden plasma turret emerges from under a nearby rock and takes aim. One of the twins grabs the other, using him as a human shield as he charges the turret head-on. The shield is torn to ribbons, but the remaining twin manages to destroy the turret and make his escape. He comments on how he would miss his brother if he weren't able to just clone another. A nearby drone captures the scene as it unfolds, and we see that the one who allowed the Mauler Twins to escape was none other than Robot. In the late of night, Debbie is alone in the kitchen when she is visited by Damien Darkblood. He clues her in to the doubtful nature of Omni-man's story, then takes his leave. Although she sounds doubtful, she nevertheless denies that the demon was ever there when her husband comes down to check on her, indicating that she saw some truth in what he said. Omni-man is able to see his breath in the air, a telltale sign of the coldness that accompanies Damien Darkblood wherever he goes, and giving away that he was there. And that is the end of this episode. This was an important episode, but overall it was a bit lacking compared to the previous two, so I'm gonna give it a solid 9 out of 10. If you want to be notified for videos on future episodes, be sure to subscribe. You're also helping me feed my cat, her name's Marshmallow. Have a great day, and as always, thanks for watching.